A little over 50 years ago, on October 1st, 1971, the most magical place on Earth opened its gates for the very first time. Originally planned by Walt Disney as the Florida Project, Walt Disney World opened with the Magic Kingdom, the Contemporary Resort Hotel, the Polynesian Village Resort, the Palm and Magnolia golf courses, and Fort Wilderness. 5 decades later, the resort encompasses about 25,000 acres and is home to 4 theme parks, 2 water parks, 27 resort hotels, 9 non-Disney hotels, the Fort Wilderness Campground, 4 golf courses, 2 mini golf complexes, Disney Springs, and more. The most magical celebration on Earth began on October 1st, 2021, and visitors to the resort can celebrate this iconic anniversary through new nighttime entertainment in Epcot and the Magic Kingdom, the beautiful beacons of light and Fab 50 statues across all 4 Walt Disney World's theme parks, exclusive food and merchandise offerings, and even an all-new attraction, with more on the way in 2022. However, I would be fooling myself if I said that this was the big celebration I was anticipating for Disney World's 50th. To be honest, it's kind of lacking. Of course, despite the fact that things seem to be improving, we are still dealing with a global pandemic, one that has greatly affected Disney's finances and timeline, so I can't really blame Disney for not living up to my standards here. Originally, however, Disney was planning on introducing 50 additions and improvements across the resort before things had to be scaled back. Although the 50th anniversary celebrations seem okay, I can't help but wonder what could have been. Which gave me an idea for today's video. Good day everyone, my name is Parker, and in today's episode of Theme Park Parlay, I'm going to present 50 additions and improvements I would like to see at the Walt Disney World Resort. Think of it as my to-do list if I were given Fairy Godmother's wand. Or, you know, made CEO or something. Some of these things were rumored to be part of the original list of 50 things for the anniversary, and others are the product of my imagination gone wild. So without any further ado, let's talk theme parks. Number 1. A proper 50th anniversary fireworks show at the Magic Kingdom. Yes, I know this is what Enchanted is supposed to be, but happily ever after comparisons aside, it's not really a true anniversary show in my opinion. My fireworks show would begin with Roy Disney's dedication. Then, once everyone has finished crying their eyes out, we would go through a series of segments representing the different lands around the park, with each one focusing on the attractions and at least somewhat relevant IP of the land. The finale, of course, would be about Walt and featured the iconic Tinkerbell flyby. Number 2. An update to the final scene of the Carousel of Progress. I love this attraction, and I really hope it sticks around for many years to come. But that final scene really needs an update to bring it into the 21st century. Literally. Number 3. Fix the Yeti. For the love of Joe Rohde, it's been over a decade. Just fix it already. Number 4. Bring the Hatbox Ghost to the Haunted Mansion. This character is an icon over at Disneyland, and I mean, they can't have all the nice things. Number 5. Add Disney characters to It's a Small World. I know it's somewhat controversial, but many versions of this ride around the world have received this update, and it's been mostly to guest approval. I think it would work just fine in the Magic Kingdom. Number 6. Update Rock and Roller Coaster. No offense to Aerosmith, but I think it's time to let a new band shine. And give the ride some proper theming beyond blacklight cardboard cutouts. The perfect candidate? Well, there's only one obvious answer, and that's Powerline, the superstar sensation from a Goofy movie. The new attraction could race through Max and Goofy's road trip adventures across the US until you finally reach your concert destination in LA. Okay, these next few entries are all related, but I would love to see Disney reboot the Living Character Initiative. For those of you who don't know, the Living Character Initiative was a series of projects by Disney to bring lifelike characters to the parks. That said, number 7, the return of Talking Mickey. and introduce other talking characters while you're at it. Number 8. The return of Push the Trash Can. Number 9. The return of Lucky the Dinosaur. In a more reliable form, of course. Honestly, any kind of walk-around dinosaur in Dinoland USA would be super cool. Number 10. Deliver on the promise to have droids in Galaxy's Edge. Number 11. Flying dragons over Fantasyland. Whatever happened to that anyways? Number 12. Last one for the Living Character Initiative, but I think it would be awesome if we got things like more alien creatures in Pandora and Galaxy's Edge, roaming interactive toys in Toy Story Land, just about anything to really immerse guests into these worlds. Number 13. I'm sure this one is on a lot of people's lists, but give Journey into Imagination a complete overhaul and reinstate the Dreamfinder. I'm not saying we have to go back to the original version, although I would probably be okay with that, but we do need to go back to that original theme. And while we're at it, number 14. Bring back the Dreamfinder and Figment walk-around characters. Number 15. An all-new nighttime parade for Magic Kingdom, or even Hollywood Studios. Actually, this is my list. I can do whatever I want. Let's do both. Maybe one can be a brand new original parade, and the other can be Paint the Night. There, everybody wins. Number 16. A Broadway-style theater venue. I know we were going to get something like this on Main Street until those plans mysteriously disappeared, but I think the resort would really benefit from a large-scale Broadway show. Personally, I think something like this would work really well at Disney Springs, or even in a new theater venue at the Boardwalk. Number 17. A nature reserve. Disney World has just about every kind of attraction and recreational activity you can think of, but it lacks a proper nature-based attraction. So much of the property is swampland anyways, so I can't imagine it would be too hard to create a hiking trail and then hire some cast members that can teach guests about local Florida plants and wildlife. Number 18. To build off of that, I would love to see Disney build a small zip line and maybe even a challenge course. It could all be part of one big nature/adventure complex. Next up, I have a few suggestions for some World Showcase pavilions. Number 19. Get rid of the African Outpost Pavilion and put in a proper pavilion for an actual African country. In my opinion, countries like South Africa, Nigeria, Kenya, Tanzania, and Madagascar could all be great candidates. Number 20. More Scottish representation at the UK Pavilion. It's so England heavy, but Scotland is just important too, and Wales, of course. Maybe throw in a Brave attraction while we're at it. Number 21. Like Africa, South America is really lacking representation in the World Showcase. Brazil, Peru, Colombia, and Ecuador might be some interesting options, and the pavilion could have an attraction themed to the Amazon rainforest, or even their new film Encanto if Colombia was the chosen country. Number 22. Greece. Two things that Disney World really needs more of right now is Heroes and Hercules.
Honey, you mean Hercules!
Number 23. Spain. It's been rumored for a long time, just build it. Number 24. India. So many options for this one. Number 25. Also, we need some Caribbean island representation. Just more diversity in the World Showcase in general is what I'm really trying to get at here. And the last one for the World Showcase, number 26. Replace the Grand Fiesta Tour starring the Three Caballeros with a Coco attraction. I love the Three Caballeros, but Coco is one of my absolute favorite Pixar films, and on top of that, it's just more authentic to the Mexican culture. Number 27. For years, people have been clamoring for a Villains Park. And although I would love to see a fifth gate at the resort eventually, I don't know about an entire park themed to villains. However, I think it would be positively wicked if we got a villains themed land. I picture it going in a back corner of the Magic Kingdom, and featuring an e-ticket roller coaster or dark ride where all the villains band together for an attempted Fantasmic-style Disney takeover. Number 28. A complete overhaul of Dinoland USA. With the continued removal of Primeval Whirl, it seems like this might be in the works for the not-so-distant future, but I'd love to see the area transformed into a completely prehistoric land called Pangea. Psst. If you want to hear more about this idea, I have an entire video dedicated to it. Go check it out. Number 30. An extension to the monorail system. I know we have the Skyliner now, but I still say monorail is the way to go, and we're long overdue for a new line that reaches Hollywood Studios, Disney Springs, and Animal Kingdom. Number 31. While we're on the subject of monorails and being overdue for things, new monorail trains, please. Number 32. Give the water parks a general upgrade. I mean, they're not bad as they are, but now that Universal has Volcano Bay just down the road, Disney's water parks could use a refresh and some new attractions to bring it up to standard. Number 33. Bring back Shark Reef at Typhoon Lagoon. I never got a chance to do it, and it seemed really freaking cool. Number 34. A complete overhaul to Dinosaur that includes new animatronics, upgraded effects, and a return to the ride's original, scarier atmosphere. Number 35. A new resort themed to the legacy of Walt Disney. Each area of the resort could be themed to different periods of Walt's life and relevant locations, such as Marceline, Missouri, and Los Angeles. Number 36. Pizza Planet. I don't think I need to elaborate on this one. Disney Springs, Hollywood Studios, I don't care, just Pizza Planet. Number 37. A new nighttime show for Animal Kingdom. I actually really enjoyed Rivers of Light, and I think they were onto something there. Sure, it didn't quite deliver on what was promised, but it did fit the park quite nicely. If they can build off of those ideas and create something truly spectacular for that lagoon, I'd love to see it. Number 38. Give Magic Kingdom's Big Thunder Mountain Railroad the dynamite scene from the Disneyland version. Again, the West Coast can't have all the nice things. Number 39. More Society of Adventurers and Explorers representation. Maybe even a small interactive or walkthrough attraction like we see at Tokyo Disney Sea. Number 40. A permanent exhibit dedicated to the history of Walt Disney World. I think it would be really cool to have something that celebrates the history of the parks, including props, old footage, and, if they're still around, old ride vehicles. Number 41. Get rid of Tomorrowland Indy Speedway. Or at least update it so that it has electric vehicles, or just get rid of it. We really don't need it. Number 42. Fix Tomorrowland. I guess there's been some recent efforts to try and do this, but I think we just need to pick a strong theme and stick with it. I love the idea of making it an alien planet far from Earth, so let's go with that. And maybe find something good to go in the old Stitch's Great Escape building. Dare I say, a revival of Alien Encounter? Number 43. A Disney Springs restaurant themed to the legacy of Imagineering, decorated with old blueprints and models. Of course, this is where that lunch with an Imagineer thing could happen. Number 44. More walk-around characters. In Disneyland, they have characters just roaming around wherever they please, more or less. And I want this at Disney World too. Again, Disneyland gets all the nice things. Number 45. Tiana's Place Restaurant. With Princess and the Log coming within the next few years, they should take a chunk of Frontierland and Adventureland, make it New Orleans Square, and just give us a fully realized Tiana's Place. Number 46. Speaking of princesses who deserve more in-park representation, why not a Tangle-themed attraction? Tokyo Disney Sea is getting one soon, and they can't get all the nice things either. Number 47. One land I've always thought Animal Kingdom would benefit from is South America. There are so many possibilities here, including tie-ins from Up and Indiana Jones. Not to mention all the cool South American animals we'll get to see. Just please don't replace Dino Land to build it. I know y'all have the room. Number 48. One Animal Kingdom land that could be replaced? Rafiki's Planet Watch. I love the conservation station and the vet clinic and all that, but the rest of the land needs some love. I'm still not entirely sold on putting Zootopia in Animal Kingdom, but if it were to happen, this would be a good spot for it. Number 49. An update to Animation Courtyard at Hollywood Studios. We don't need Star Wars Launch Bay or Voyage of the Little Mermaid, so some new attractions that fit the animation theme would be great. It would be a cool idea to have a ride themed to Steamboat Willie or Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Come to think of it, it might even be a cool spot for a Roger Rabbit attraction. Last but not least, number 50. A proper high-thrill coaster. I've always wanted Disney to build something with world-class intensity and airtime while retaining that Disney magic and storytelling. I guess Cosmic Rewind and Tron are kinda heading in that direction, but they're still family rides. I'm talking about something like Velocicoaster, but Disney-fied and more immersive. Perhaps that old rumor for a Moana-themed launch volcano coaster would fit the bill, or even something in my aforementioned Villains Land. Of course, original IPs are always welcome too. Whatever the case may be, it would help bring Disney to that next level. And that, my friends, are my 50 wishes for Walt Disney World. If you could add or improve anything across the resort, what would you do? Comment below and let me know. Also be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, and all that wonderful YouTube stuff. If you would like to see more theme park discussion videos, as well as theme park, travel, local, and outdoor adventures, you definitely want to make sure you're subscribed. You can also find me on Instagram and Twitter at ADBParker, and on TikTok at Adventures with Parker. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, the adventures are calling. See ya! Number 51, a new CEO.